Something to think about. Well, Mr. Fix-It Rick. Keith Foundation's right-hand man. See the people that sent me these pictures, right? This dude has made his own. Now, they had raised their flag after releasing this virus and working with the American government and other things and acting like they're against our government, but in every one of their videos that I've recorded, they open up, call themselves terrorists and work for Iran. And or what they did to the Iranian government by taking it over and raising their flag March 12th, 2006. Taking down all the videos. But this word right now, be it that they stated they're raising these people up and benefiting from what they've done and what they're doing now. They're part of the worldwide establishment of the new order that they're wishing to bring about and things.
In so many ways, people have some times with Jalal. People have some times with Jalal. He has recorded some part of his understanding and his teaching for us about how we handle the energy system and the rest of.
All the videos that I've made of their stuff, for some reason, they take their stuff down, and or somehow they're able to block me from putting stuff on Facebook. But as you see, they had Zuckerberg on there. They use Etsy and all their stuff. They use Amazon to sell their shit. And they have worldwide groups all over the place. Facebook, all kind of stuff. Making weapons. My manipulation thing.
This is important as we had people in the past, they came us and they showed us the reactors, the gas making and whatever. Now we are going into the other direction that we understand through those who understood the totality or part of the totality in effect.
Never got this dude copying my shit, so forth. Anyhow, they always state that they use the shit for weapons, and that they've made weapon systems for China and Russia. All kind of crazy things. Now we're seeing that, and the reason why they're attacking the UAE and so forth is to override that system to get them to switch to their stuff. And it's all playing into what they want. And again, they infected our president, Brazil, Bolsonaro, like you've seen in that thumbnail. All those people are involved in the grand scheme of one world government and space and so forth, and technologies mixing with these shit that they've made a pact with.
Energies of the universe. They teach us their understanding, and some of us will learn from it, some of us will learn it, and some of us come back with what we built and will learn from it to teach more.
secret space program that's been
it
going
is
for 100 years.
very interesting in many things which is happening around the world, and we'll come back to it. And in so many ways, Keshe Foundation work is a work of peace. We work to create a condition for peace by sharing equal the knowledge, the science, the technology, the benefits of it, and in so many ways,
all peace. But then
we see a lot
the
of
world go blind.
fairly early stages of the development. As I said, we haven't even started crawling.
Do you see this as being stated underneath Trump's first term? Why would they back him to become president again? You understand? You listen?
War. What we have for the past 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. We're going to the next step, and we see step by step where we go. The things which is of our concern, and this is, as many of you know, the situation in Persian Gulf between Iran and United States is of a huge concern. And we hope that the leaders will find a solution.
He had appointed Suleiman. He even boasts about doing such, and Trump assassinated him, but also so that he could do what he wanted to do. Keshe Foundation people, to move their people in his place and completely take over the government of Iran, if they had infected him the following year, and have their people in position that they're doing this now.
That we do not enter war. We hope both the Americans and the Iranian leadership find a way to understand each other's problem. But there are a lot of things.
Deuterated water and haven't been enriching their stuff all the way to make a nuke bomb, because they're not making nuclear bombs. They figured out how to do stuff, as I have with these plasmids and so forth, and plasmoids and GANs. You can heal, you can do non-locality, and a whole lot of other stuff. Especially on a grand scale, that they have these minions all over the place doing this shit. Their goal is to knock out our power system and watch us eat ourselves. What they've been doing with the manipulation and depreciation and doing things in the manner that they're doing. The oil having to go through Hormuz being paid in yuan, and so forth. Attacking our allies. And be it this dude is under their control and not protecting our bases, it makes us have to back out, or they move forward and meet. And Homeland is struck.
Internationally unknown, and it's the job of scientists like me, people who are the initiators of this technology, people who carry this technology, brought this technology forward through stages of advancement in part, and with other scientists. We are developing it to a point that we all get benefit by it. We have to understand how we come to this point between these two nations. How we can change things, how is possible, what's the reason behind it. I urge the leaders to talk, to find a solution. I pray for their souls that they find a solution. Because killing one nation's sons and daughters is not a solution. I'm not so much worried about the Iranian nation. I'm more worried about the United States nation. There is a lot of things that the public do not understand, and I make a point of it today for you to understand. The American government has not openly declared why they are after Iran in such a way. As I've seen in one poster, they have posted all the soldiers all the way around Iran except in Russia, and they say Iran is looking for war. Why? Why is such intention? Why is there that other nations are not supporting it? And America single-handedly, totally is chasing this. Now, we see with Saudis. Now, we have to understand why. What's the reason behind this? Many of you do not know. And I would like to open a new chapter in the chapter of peace. If you'll be shocked, it's not my problem, you should have been aware of it. If you go on the internet and check on all the nations, United States, China, Japan, Australia, England, France, all advanced nations have a military force to defend their territory, and not only defend their territory, defend their citizens across the world. They're taken hostage, we go out to save everything we've done together as humanity. But there is a very big mystery that today I'll put up, and maybe the American leadership and the government who's listening might understand and get heed on it. In past 2 or 3 weeks, I extensively covered this warn of the disaster, and many of you misread my warning. What I want you to do, if you are and you understand the process of the whole structure, is that if you look, as I said, just go on the internet and check all the military forces, nations who have military, small or big, we always keep soldiers. We think these soldiers are there, armed forces are there to protect us. But there is a mystery in this so-called aggression of war on Iran. And I explain to you what the mystery is. If you go on the internet and press something very interesting, put Aerospace Force. We're not talking about Air Force. We're talking aerospace as a part of military. You find out, you'll see the 2 nations have aerospace force. And these are the nations who have managed to break into the space technology in a huge way. That's why have made a space as part of defense technology for their citizens. Not for aggression, but for peace. The first one you will see is Russia. Some 460,000 armed forces. The next one you see, and that is after Russia is the second in line, is the nation of Iran. Why the American government directly targeted such a part of the Iranian forces is because this force is specialized in space development. These are the people who capture the drones. These are the people who have a lot of knowledge scientifically. Iran is so advanced in space technology that it has brought the space protection of its nationals as part of its force. Iran is the first nation which carries an aerospace force. It means we respect the space of the above our whatever we call as part of the protection, not only for Iran, but for all the nations on this planet. When you have something to protect, you protect all your neighbors, not yourself. You protect your family, not just yourself. When it's a time of trouble, you are generous, you give to protect that they can survive. And this is the exact dilemma which at the moment America never explained to no one what's the reason behind this doggedly attack on Iran. Let me explain to you something very directly. Iranian aerospace force is untouchable. I took the space into Iran, the knowledge of a spaceship, and it's been used for peaceful application. When I speak for the first time, for you to understand.
He just stated right there. He just took all you dumb motherfuckers' information. Then 7 years later to use for war against your country and the rest of the world. When y'all been doing kumbaya and shit, thinking that you're doing stuff. When it states in those paperwork and in those group forums, anything presented or shared is theirs and the Chinese government. Wake up, fools.
America was so eager. They want to get access to this technology in Iran. Iran does not need nuclear. We produce because part of the nuclear is needed for the deep space travel. We do not need to create weapons. Iran is a peaceful nation. It has to be understood, and clearly, by capture of many drones of American forces in the past years, Iran has shown its superiority. All these, up to
15th
now,
day of
you
the
did
war
not
in
know
Iran,
why. Is because
2026.
American government, in conjunction with the Israelis, want to get access to the Iranian space technology, which is over 100 to 200 years ahead of NASA technology.
Why do you say eye for an eye if it's peace?
Check. Go on Iran military forces. You will see under the Army of Iran Air Space Force. And in the move in since last few days, the head of Iranian space has been made the head of Iranian army because he knows how to access into this capture. Please withdraw this from this.
Suleiman.
You do not need to show. Russians, I do not mind.
Who Trump killed.
We're not here to make propaganda. We're just explaining the situation, what's happening in Iran. The head of the Iranian new army, please remove this, is, you have put the Russians have the same. Russians made their aerospace defense after Iran. After the 2014. Iran showed the technology in 2011 on the, can you close your microphone please? And this, can you close the microphone please? And this is what is all about. The push on the Chinese economical conditions, Russians, this was all decoy to get to the Persian Gulf, keep all these busy that they can get into capture the Iranian space technology. But there is one proviso. The citizens of the United States, the citizens of Israel, the citizens of Saudi Arabia, work and accept the ethos of Christ, blesses his name.
So listen to this, people.
And says, eye for an eye.
This is why they're attacking all those countries.
Sons of Iran,
These people are in control of
daughters of
Iran.
Iran touched. It's the same as
People
any
supposed
other
to be about
sons
peace.
and daughters.
We've all been working for somebody saying peace. Listen to them.
Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. We do not need to touch the tooth. We do not need to touch the eye.
Your own death now.
Now that we understand why American forces are so eager and no European governments and no other support, is because the Europeans and the rest understand Iran advancement in the space technology. The knowledge of Iran belongs to humanity, the way I have shared. In my last talk, a few weeks ago, I explained the disaster pending for the United States.
Why? People that we test, that use your guys'
The loss of millions will not be by the earthquake. By the time the capability of the forces of Iranian, what I call defense, by use of the space program will show, B-52 is a child game, is a mouse in the hand of a cat. Most probably all the satellites will be dismantled in no time. Plasma technology, Tehran, Washington, in no time. many of teachings I said,
just stated
when
they'll
a
hit.
friend
They're
gives a
talking
gift, you don't need
at
to
that
return.
time of working
But
on
this
stuff
time we have
to
a more
attack
advanced way to
Washington.
return.
Listen to
Then
what
we
he's
know
saying.
the knowledge of the plasma technology.
Mhm.
Washington
So
will be unbelievable.
borrow
New
and
York,
make-
Understand what he's saying here, people. Stuff that I've been helping develop, not for them, but our government. Things or establishment that keep taking my videos and shit that's been taken down that I've shared and shown on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. Opposite side of the coin of that is being used instead of for healing or for food, plant growth, making more energy than what is used, so forth.
the quartz manhole,
Los Angeles,
other things like that.
every city
Shield.
to one city. Eye for an eye, tooth for tooth.
And
But
waking people up.
can give you a guarantee. If Iran is
Next
not
war
sold
is gonna be some
internally
crazy shit, folks.
by certain people,
Y'all think I'm stupid. I keep getting kicked out of groups and groups and groups, and they keep stealing more and more.
the same
information
story has
and
happened
putting
in
on their
Japan
head.
in the Second World
Wake
War
up, man.
will cover the United States
Mhm.
through the understanding of the new technology.
Well, we're
Be
looking
warned
at this shit
by
for
the
peace.
actions of
It's
the United
not
States.
ever been for peace, and every one of his talks
We
about
do
it
not
being
want
used as a
war.
fucking weapon, man.
We are claiming peace and we stick to peace. But Iran aerospace is the first nation in aerospace, and it's the crown in the jewel of the world scientists, not only Iran.
Nothing against people saying defending themselves, but if we keep training at you all for peace,
We
it's the
can
same thing.
protect the territorial land of
About killing
Iran,
millions of people.
but when
Dummies that
you
are
are
involved with
attacked,
making the shit.
we saw what happened.
Giving up your information.
The Japanese attacked
Kill you and your
Port
family.
Harbor.
Now and in the future.
We saw the Americans ended up in Hiroshima. This time, the story is the power is in the hand of Iranian Space Force. We should not use this technology out of the fear, but we should enjoy the pleasures of its existence. I call upon American forces to withdraw from Persian Gulf. We are friends and we are the same. I call on Saudi leadership. You purchased the most advanced air defense technology from Israel, who's killing the Palestinians.
Listen here. This is why they made all the missiles that were used over the last several years to show this weakness that they had figured out and had been openly talking about online. No one, for some reason, paying attention. That gives a damn about these people setting up this false messiah shit and the rapture that this dude's been creating over there and setting up and the shit that they got Trump in here doing and so forth and things they got people doing around the world. Yet again, here he is expressing and showing they are the ones behind pulling the strings that exposed the weakness and bad in Iron Dome and so forth.
Last few months, for billions of dollars, you signed a $200 million military contract with America to buy the hub. I have a very bad news for you. They knew that they cannot use these technologies that
They spent years in a group with their stuff, figuring out how to defeat that ray. the mirrors that they sell, the video, if they haven't taken it down, I'll try to find it in the archival that I still have access to. Unless they shut me out. The mirrors that they made with the Belgian brother that had figured them out, they were selling them for $1,000 a pair. In the video, they express that it keeps chastised the gentleman and so forth for not understanding that it was a weapon and blocked out RF and infrared and so forth, and stated that they had already figured that out and had versions of it in military application. The gentleman had expressed that he had seen smoke where he had placed it and the beam focused on his body, that in those places his body had smoked and changed. I had an issue with that from them release things that I was into formulating with Hutchinson. Tom Hutchinson is still alive. Being used in those groups on Facebook as honeypot.
They sold the scrap hip because Iran technology will make a scrap of 300-400 billion investments in what they cannot sell anymore. The reason the American president is supporting the 200 billion sale so doggedly is because they will not be able to sell anymore after if they test Iran. The same with the Israelis who sold you such an advanced defense technology. The reason is that in the war between Syria and Iran, Iran showed the Israeli militaries the power of the space technology. They know they don't stand a chance. As I said, there'll be no more war in mankind and the human race. And this is my last warning. The United States of America, choose the path of peace. Otherwise, when you hit somebody in the face, you do not expect a kiss.
Which is what they're doing right now with the Strait of Hormuz.
You got to understand, the minute the power of the United States is wiped out, the anarchy will be beyond belief because many nations stay under control.
Now, if you've seen their work on their EMP type weapons and how during that time and after, and during COVID 2020 and after, there's been those groupings of cargo ships that lose all power, satellite navigation, and so on and so forth. Again, they've been weaponizing what they've been learning and having people experiment with this formation of these GANs spun and done. In the areas where they have this stuff, there's power grid loss and other things like that, and mind manipulation and so forth.
American force
You understand?
was to kill on the basis of the British blood. Every American will be drug addict as much as the South Americans can get in. There is no international forces to to confine unless the state of China and Russia and Iran take a new control of the policing, which is most probably possible. The losses, we have accepted the soul losses.
You understand? Wake up, people. This shit has been planned out. And they openly tell you about it. Like some evil fucking fucked up ass, chinky old school, E-rated and A-rated movie, if you wish to say. Where they telegraph it to you always. Here it is telegraphed. We're living in what they were speaking.
Now you understand why so much in past weeks I have been pushing for this. The United States government did not declare to its citizens that is after a technology which has literally humiliated the Israeli army forces. And the Israelis are using the sons and daughters of America to get access to something to kill more Arabs and the rest. And with it goes the Rothschilds and the Illuminati.
The dummies in the groups here, they're hoping the rest of the world get fucked off.
We make sure
Plus Americans here living.
if Iran
Trying to
touched
warn you guys.
the sons of Iran and the daughters of Iran
Several times in my past.
belong
Being
to the
revived.
planet Earth as all of our sons and daughters.
These fools are spreading shit around in several different places.
As the American administration is a Christian organization, will be responded to by the laws of Christ. I, two persons. Son of the leaders were son of the leaders. Daughters of the leaders were daughters of the leaders. Sons of the nation were sons and daughters of the nation. Withdraw your forces from Persian Gulf and start a peace plan for this planet.
They got sleeper cells everywhere, people, right out in the open.
Because
Peace groups all over the place.
what happened, what we did to Maya, we can do. If you can find any Mayas or Incas, you'll find Americans. This is not threat of killing. This is the threat of peace. This is the enforcement of peace. This is how correct in conduct we are. Now you understand why the Iranian space technology belongs to humanity the way I have shared. I am ruthless when it comes to peace. I feel sorry for those American mothers and fathers who will not see their sons, as their ships has nothing to sail on the high seas to go back home. We will not touch them. Electronically, we can blast them.
You understand?
Through the plasma, we convert the energy to electrical energy. And then I wonder how many communication lines we
You understand why the people was flushing the toilets, plugging the toilets, trying to get away from that shit? There's some stuff that these people have been experimenting with for 2 decades. And it's proliferated. And it's how they did the gain of function shit for COVID. Mutating swine flu to blue ear to PSRV and selling the meat through China into the United States, the meat factories and so forth, while they were vector points 6 years ago.
time to talk peace, and it's my job to make sure it happens.
Wake the fuck up.
If those who decide to do B-52s the way we landed, most advanced drones will drop their bombs on Saudi Arabia by mistake, but the Americans, not by the Iranians. We can control it. If it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. If it's good for the male duck, it's good for the female duck, as we say in English. Because they need both to eat that they can produce the next generation. My advice to the Israeli government and to the American government and to Saudis is to stop all this. Now we know. You open your hands. You kept the Chinese busy so long. You kept the oil so busy so long. You kept the Russians so long busy that you could these things, but we were watching the game.
Nations,
you play the Chinese game.
The Nazis are rising. This is the Krill people.
And I feel sorry for Saudis who have bought all this crap here. You were better off to buy the tanks from the First World War. At least you had a museum piece.
And what you guys are helping to unleash.
Do not test the strength of the peaceful of a nation. Be afraid of a lying lion. And look at the flag of Iran. We carry three colors. Whichever you choose, Iranian nation scientists can explain. But we would not need, we do not need to touch Iraq, Saudi Arabia.
10 years later.
You want to kill a snake, you cut its head off. Not play with this tape.
People just think I'm
In
crazy.
I think I have given enough openness for peace to talk. The whole plan was to attack the Iranian space centers, which you do not know where it is. I know where it is. And most of the scientific world in space technology knows that Iran has access to a spaceship program for a long time. Plasma saturation of the grid of the United States will paralyze America in no time. We don't need to kill anyone. They will kill each other.
America, as they said.
When you don't have no power,
Videos where they have the
to
video.
run your fridge, your freezers, your petrol stations,
Shit all
you
crazy.
can see them
It's
here.
from these people using those weapons, testing it. Idiots in the
They'll be so busy, as I said in my talk, that they have nothing to do outside.
They know what they're doing. Well, they lifted the spaceship for China last
Now,
year.
let's talk from point
They're not
of
asking
power,
anyone's permission. They
of
sell their
peace,
stuff, everything's
not
harmonized, and they get it for
lies.
vortex.
of
You guys are killing
nations
yourselves.
who have nothing on their soul.
Idiots.
Saudi support the beautiful, fantastic things which are not needed. You've been fooled. They sold you sand, and you Arabs should have been much more cleverer than that. When Israelis befriend, it means you are finished. They never sleep in the bed where there is joy, happiness. Moses did not do, his children will never follow. To be any different than. As I said very recently, the youth of United States are not part of the dowries of a daughter of a president to state of Israel. You should understand exactly what it means. Do not touch Iran, do not touch America, do not touch the Israelis, do not touch the Palestinians, do not touch the Arabs. Maybe this situation created by America is a good point to start to talk of peace. Instead of all these aircraft carriers to come and do whatever they were supposed to do, bring them to port in Iran. They welcome you. knowledge. We share technology. Iranian ports are open to friends, and your friends, you consider yourself as enemies, your problem, not us. But you deceive the world in not telling the truth what you're after. And today I open your hand. I have clearly stated this to the government of China. They are fully aware of the position. I have clearly stated this to other nations who are involved.
Clearly, always state
As
that
you say,
China and other countries that you share this with
thief
use
is open.
this peaceful stuff that you use, that idiots around the world helping you.
You got to understand, to be intelligent enough to understand
themselves and their family members.
that when
Say, oh,
Iran
it's a
can
weapon.
capture the most
Use that as a weapon.
advanced aircrafts, drones, highest speed, B-52 is a fly in the hand of an eagle.
Well, let's see it in action.
The power, the integrity of the Iranian nation and military, which does not disclose, but respect them and honor them, that they have made so much advancement in space technology that mankind will go for it the same as my knowledge. I am committed to peace, but I am loyal and committed to my nation, state of Iran.
That's what we're gonna do on that experiment. Mutating swine flu to blue ear. Blue ear is PSRV. Getting it to work, it passed the PCR test. Again, they're given to the pigs in China and so forth. They've scrubbed the internet of this stuff. I'm trying to get one. Telling people to. That's Keisha's ex-wife. Treatments that they have. People are waking up to it. And this is how you have what they call coded loss gain of function. This is what they had the people taking in their 1 cup 1 life treatments and making themselves asymptomatic. Mutating something isn't fucking getting rid of it. The video of those poor animals and shit was crazy. But it's what they had the people doing. Remember, that's what China made. So let's go. There's been trying to wake people up. This is before COVID. A lot of stuff having people do. Using this is what their stuff said online. Before COVID hit. There's all these people that came to me. Dallas. It was from their information that they had. Their data. So they went on the stock market with this place. The weather and all that shit's been all fucked up over there ever since. You remember? That has no mask on. Trump self-beds. Shit from the Keys Foundation. All in the areas of where they had their farms. China had reduced the restrictions.